Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports with Monga, and we are back with reviewing the Chinese Grand Prix. If you're new to the channel, we are here reviewing the Grand Prix, the Formula One season as well. That's been going crazy, and not a surprise. It's Max Verstappen all the way. I don't know if there was a surprise, but we generally do a qualifying reaction. I also do predictions, like the biggest surprise, the biggest flop, the biggest good surprise, the bad surprises. So if you want to be part of the journey, so hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to be able to for more videos, and let's jump into it together. Chinese Grand Prix, Max Verstappen converted pole position into the victory again in the Chinese Grand Prix, full of incidents and overtakes, leading home from McLaren. Lando Norris and Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez to make it 4 wins from 5 for the season. Max Verstappen is on a roll. He's won 22 of the last 24 races. The two basically going to Mr. Carlos Sainz, one in Singapore and one in Australia. Both very odd events with a DNF. Verstappen led the vast majority of the race. At the Shanghai International Circuit that featured virtual safety car and 2 full safety cars. The Dutchman keeping his cool at the front as the drama unfolded behind him. It's true, guys. Like, let's be honest here. The Formula One season almost is growing. It's great. The spectacle is great. The racing is better if you take Max Verstappen out of the equation. So that's the biggest moment. Like, that's the reality. The Formula One season is going well. Ferraris are fighting McLaren are fighting Aston Martin is fighting Mercedes. There's a midfield battle happening with Haas, with Williams, with Alpine, with RB, with Williams. So there with Kick Sauber. There's a lot of good racing happening actually, because this Chinese Grand Prix also showed the fact that there was a lot of good racing happening. But if you just take out Mr. Max Verstappen out of it, please, let's just get him out of this. Drop in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this, of course. Like, interact with this on the Max Verstappen hype train. Are we still kind of completing on? But big day for Mr. Lando Norris. He was one of the 3 drivers, along with Ferrari pair Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, to complete just 1 pit stop, making the most of the VSC and safety car phases to jump Perez for the 2nd position, which he managed to hold to the finish. Leclerc and Sainz followed in 4th and 5th respectively, despite some concerns from the Monegasque in the closing stages at his tyres, not able to make it to the end, with George Russell leading Mercedes charge en route for this to 6th. And Fernando Alonso had an offset strategy after pitting for softs rather than hard, chosen by the drivers around him. Under the mid safety car, forcing him to a late stop for mediums, and then string of overtakes to come from 12th to 7th. McLaren's Oscar Piastri was his final victim. A very interesting race with pit strategies, because of 2 DNFs, basically, or like more than 2 actually. There were 5 DNFs, if I am not wrong. Valtteri Bottas in lap 19, he had the biggest shunt. His gearbox kind of blew up. His engine, I think, blew up. And Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo, the 2 RB drivers, taken out by some interesting drive from Lance Stroll, which caused the collision. But that's how it ended eventually. It was interesting. From the early stage, it was really interesting. The Q1 exit after his and for Lewis Hamilton as well, after his Q1 exit and some tire-related struggles in the early laps, Lewis Hamilton worked his way up to the order amid the drama around him, and thanks to some smart overtakes to wind up 9th, with Haas driver Nico Hülkenberg claiming the final point on offer. Alpine pair Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly sandwiched the Williams of Albon in positions 11 to 13, with Kick Sauber Zhou New crossing line of 14th, as he made history. He made history by becoming the first Chinese driver to compete on home soil. A trio sanctioned drivers followed, with Lance Stroll classifying 15th, ahead of the final finishers Kevin Magnussen and Logan Sargent, after being given a 10-second time penalty for his spot in collision with Daniel Ricciardo under the safety car. Stroll ran into the back of Ricciardo just after the first safety restart, when the field bunched up at the tight final hairpin, and after the RB driver returned to the pit stops to retire with significant damage towards, slapped the Canadian with the sanction. Magnussen was 16th in his Haas after tipping a RB of Yuki Tsunoda into a spin and retirement at the exit of turn 6 hairpin earlier in the race. The move was also deemed dangerous from the stewards and add 10 seconds to his time. Logan Sargent finished 17th, the last in the second of the Williams machines to conclude another difficult weekend after being hit with his own 10-second penalty for a safety car infringement involving Hulkenberg. Alongside the two RBs, Valtteri Bottas failed to finish with his kicks out but developed an apparent engine issue and forced him out of the race, with problems remaining with his car, leading to the first safety car. With the top 3 finishers heading to the podium to celebrate Verstappen's latest wins, means he now sits 25 points and a Grand Prix victory clear of teammates Sergio Perez as the Formula One field gets set for another sprint for Miami in the fortnight's time. Yes, that's how it's unfolded. Just kind of being a wrap. A lot of drama, of course, a lot of talking points. Let's start with the number one talking point in my mind is Lance Stroll. So we are basically on the restart of the after the safety car is going to go in, the first safety car. And there is a Constantino effect. A Constantino effect is basically somebody makes a reaction and then everybody needs to react to it. Fernando Alonso hits the brakes too late, has his brakes are his tires are completely like stuck, and he has understeer and everything. He locks up. He just locks up. His tires just lock up. He can't turn the car. He extends. There's a Constantino effect behind him. Mercedes, McLaren, Hulkenberg, and then there's Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll just bumps into, he just goes into Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo is trying his best to kind of stop the car because of the pace, but then I think Lance Stroll is like, I don't know, where did he come from? Hey, he just brake tested me. Oh, he just brake tested. Come on, man, wake the fuck up. You're in a fucking race. I just fucking hate that man. Come on. Show some vigor, show some passion. And Daniel Ricciardo was like furious, I think, because of the onboard of Lance Stroll. He's not even looking at him. He's looking at the apex. He's basically decided that he's not going to stop. Oh my God, Lance Stroll, get the fuck out of this race, man. Get the fuck out of Formula One. Yeah, I just kind of I've had enough of him, man. I've had enough of this shit. Drop in the comment section below, guys. If you have a Lance Stroll fans, just drop in the comment section. Let me know, what do you really feel of Lance Stroll? Like, what's the point of this driver? I just don't get it. Doesn't that anything? He has no passion. He has no kind of vigor or love for the racing. He just like, yeah, it happened, and they happen. Never look forward to Miami. Fuck off. Like, look at Leclerc. He's like, his science is going, but he still is like in the adrenaline. He's like a human. He's like, yeah, he's like, Sainz just plays harder against him. And it's in the heat of the moment. You like this. This is character. Yeah, Lance Stroll needs to get the fuck out of Formula One, man. Get the fuck him out of it. Because Fernando Alonso would be thinking, why the fuck am I signing deals and just doing all the legwork here? He is nowhere, Mr. Lance Stroll is nowhere. And then all the work needs to be done by Fernando Alonso. This is like fucking stupid. I don't get it, guys. I really don't get it. Sergio Perez, on the other hand, like he's again struggling. There's already a 25-point gap. It's like a race win gap between him and Max Verstappen. It's over already. Just give him the fucking championship. If anybody comes to me and tells me that Max Verstappen can be beaten this season, like, come on, guys. Let's not live in the dream fucking land here. Let's not live in the dream fucking land. There's no way that's happening. Sergio Perez could not get over. He could not fight. He could not get ahead. There is a reason why Max Verstappen is number one. He can't. Checo Perez is third because of the car, not because of him. Charles Leclerc, of course, gets the P4. Carlos Sainz, a good race for him. Like Charles Leclerc was not he didn't pit. He did a single stop and it worked. It was interesting that they didn't get him in the VSC or the safety car. He wouldn't have lost anything, but then they just didn't want to risk it apparently, and then they were too safe. But I think he didn't have the car or like the tires to kind of end the run. But then Carlos Sainz was also kind of somebody who was struggling and also could have been chased down eventually by Mr. Fernando Alonso, but that didn't happen. George Russell P6. Mercedes, mixed feelings. Hamilton made up from P18. I think that's where he started, but got up to P9. He literally came on the radio and said, "These tires are shit. I have no idea why you put me on these tires. What are we gaining?" So that's interesting. Like, chinks in the fucking armor of Mercedes strategy. Fuck off, Toto Wolff. Fuck you. Come on, man. This is proper racing time now. This is how you build now. This is what the pressure, and it's so interesting. Nobody's anymore talking about how shit Ferrari is. You see how the titles have changed, how the tides have changed here. That's the beauty of Formula One. That's the beauty of media, the Sky, and everybody. They've just not. Ferrari is not talked anymore. They're not a loser anymore. It's Mercedes. Because Mercedes has lost so much ground, nobody's comparing and saying, why is Ferrari not doing? Because earlier it was Mercedes, Red Bull. Mercedes were doing well. Red Bull were like fighting, but now Mercedes gone completely down. McLaren has come up, but nobody's talking about. That's the interesting thing. And for Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, Lando, of course, doing a fantastic job, but Piastri had significant diffuser damage. From the same kind of shunt as well, like Daniel Ricciardo got into. But yeah, he still finished the race in P8. Lewis Hamilton P9, and Nico Hülkenberg. Yeah, I don't know if you like my accent there, but drop in the comment section below. Let me know what do you think about Nico Hülkenberg. He did a great job. Again in points. Lance Stroll, take a fucking look at this boy. Take a look at Nico Hülkenberg. He is driving a fucking Haas, and you're in a fucking Aston Martin. Come on, get a fucking job now, man. Get a job. Do something else. Lance Stroll. Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly doing a great job. Alpine, 12th, 11th, and 13th. Albon, the one Williams, who kind of makes sense, 12th. Zhou Guanyu, proud moment. First Chinese to ever win, or like not win, to compete in the Chinese Grand Prix. He got emotional at the end of the race. And it was a nice moment for him. Nice touch to get 1, 2, 3 and Zhou Guanyu on the grid, not in the pit wall. It was really, really emotional. He got, and the crowd just fucking loved it. Chinese crowd loved it. It was so nice. They almost had the Japanese kind of vibe with all the play cards and all the different support that they had. There were like a lot of Monaco, like Monegasque flags. I was like, what the hell is happening? Are we in Monaco? What? Drop in the comments and let me know what do you think, of course, of the Chinese Grand Prix, the fans and whole coverage. I think it was really nice. It was good that there was dry weather. It was not rainy, because Friday was rain. Saturday was like dry, but then, chances of rain were not there. But it was good eventually. But good for Zhou Guanyu as well, like Chinese Grand Prix, Chinese driver. And I think now it's time for Mr. Miami to strike, the American on the grid, Logan Sargent. What do you do with him if you don't kind of throw him away already? I think you make the most of him, because he will be in demand. The only American in the Grand Prix, will now head to Miami. I think it's going to be shit show still, but then, yeah, that's where we go. Possibly some upgrades for Williams there. That'll be interesting, as they say that that's their home Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo pissed. He was doing a good race. He could have been in points. Yuki Tsunoda tapped by Kevin Magnussen, got a penalty, but it punctured and finished Yuki's race. Valtteri Bottas, with the engine problem, had no idea. He was doing very well overall. On the team structure, on the teams, Red Bull Racing 195 points already, 36 points ahead of not 36, 44 points ahead of Ferrari. McLaren, so it's 1-2 racing. McLaren is 96, Mercedes is 52. There's a big gap there. Aston Martin 40, RB 7 points and 6th, Haas of 5 points, Williams is 0, Alpine is 0, Kicksabber is 0. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And drivers, of course, Mr. Max Verstappen, 110, Sergio Perez, 85, Charles Leclerc, 76, Carlos Sainz, 69, 58 for Lando, Piastri and 38, 7 to 33 for Mr. George Russell, Alonso 31, Hamilton 19, Lance Stroll 9, 11th is Yuki Tsunoda, and Oliver Bearman is still ahead of 7 drivers. Not he's ahead of 1, 2. He's ahead of Logan Sargent, Bottas, Gasly, Ricciardo, Joe, Ocon, Albon, Magnussen, and Hulkenberg. So he is still ahead of 9 drivers. Oliver Bearman, who just did 1 race. Can you imagine? Oh my fucking God. Give me a break. Get me out. Get me out of this place, man. I hope you enjoyed the video. There was a lot of fun, guys. Miami is next. We'll do a predictions. We'll do a preview and race reaction. So drop in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this race. Chinese Grand Prix coming back to the calendar in the 5 years. Interesting race overall. Could be they just remove Max Verstappen and then we have an exciting race. There were people who were fighting till the end as well. Drop in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Sports with Mongha is a lot of fun. Just a fun mode here. So I hope you want to enjoy this and be on the ride. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to be updated for more videos. Do catch up with more videos as well on Champions League, Premier League, and the Europa League. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.